Hello, everybody. Andrea Twarowski with Dentalelle Tutoring. Good afternoon. It's not so nice outside. It's actually snowing, but it's really sunny, so I kind of like that. But it's cold, so I am happy to be inside. And today we are going to be talking about processing chemicals. Now, this is not something easy to memorize, so I actually even had to leave myself some notes, but it is something that could be on the exam. Now, it's 2018 now, so hopefully in the dental office where you are going to work or the office where you do work now, they will not have the processing chemicals because that's old school. Hopefully a lot of offices are digital nowadays, but you still have to know it if you're taking the board exam. If you're still in an office where you have to go through the processor, the developer, let me know. I'm kind of curious, but hopefully you guys will not have to worry about that. I'm surprised that they would still ask it on the board exam, but they do, and they have for dental hygiene students and dental assisting students. So I will be going through the main chemicals that you have to know and what the chemicals actually do. Okay, so listen up and take notes because yeah, it's kind of boring. It's not something to memorize, so I had to leave myself some notes here. So first, because you have the developer and then the fixer. So first, let's go through the chemicals in the developer. So you have the reducing agent. So what does that do? That converts exposed silver halide crystals to black metallic silver and generates gray tones in the image. Not exciting, I know, but something that you do have to know for the exam. So if you were to study this, think, okay, the reducing agent in the developer, it will actually convert the silver into black because everything has to start off silver with the silver halide crystals, but then it has to be converted into black because if you're putting your film in the developer and then the fixer, the end product is pretty much black or clear. So anything that's not exposed is clear. The rest is either black or white. So you have the radiolucent and the radiopaque. So the reducing agent switches the silver portions into black, if that helps a little bit more. And it generates the gray tones also. And the chemical that does all of that is hydroquinone. I'm probably not saying that right, but again, look through your textbook and you will actually see those chemicals. So the next one, the accelerator. It swells the emulsion and provides an alkaline medium. That's it, something to memorize. So the accelerator, think something that speeds things along. So again, it swells the emulsion and provides an alkaline medium. And the chemical known to do that is sodium carbonate. And then you have your restrainers. So these block the action of the reducing agent on the unexposed crystals. So you have crystals that have not been exposed yet. So the restrainers block the action of the reducing agent on the unexposed crystals. And if you remember, we talked about the reducing agent first. That's the one that converts the silver into black. So you have the black and the gray tones. That was the first thing that we talked about. So with the with the, where was I here? Oh yes, with the restrainers, the chemical there is potassium bromide. Okay, so just something to keep in mind and to make note of. Then you have your preservatives. These slow the oxidation and breakdown of the developer. This is a common question on the exam, asking what the preservative is. So again, this slows the oxidation and the breakdown of the developer. And the chemical known for this is sodium sulfite. So that is a common question on the exam, so make note of that for sure. So remember to make note of the chemicals and what it is and what it actually does. So I'll say the last one again because it has been on the exam a lot. So the preservatives are with the chemical sodium sulfite, and it slows the oxidation and breakdown of the developer. So not the fixer, but of the developer. And the last one under the developer ingredients is the solvent, and that's the actual water portion of it. So it's not a chemical well, it is a chemical, but there's water in it. So that mixes the chemicals. So in your, I guess, you have the developer and then you have the fixer. So you have all of the chemicals in there, but water also has to be in there too to mix everything together. So that's where that comes into play. Okay, so everything that I had mentioned are the developer. Okay, so now let's talk about the ones for the fixer. So for the fixer, you have the clearing agents, which removes all unexposed, undeveloped silver halide crystals from the emulsion. So remember the first one that we talked about. In the developer, the reducing agent takes those silver crystals and changes it into black. And then you have your gray tones also. But now we are doing the opposite. In the fixer, the clearing agents actually takes away all unexposed and undeveloped silver halide crystals from the emulsion. So that's why first you would put the film in the developer and then the fixer after that. So does that make sense? And the chemical known for the clearing agents is the ammonium thiosulfate, or also called the sodium thiosulfate, if I'm saying that properly. Okay, so next one. So the acid or the activator stops the development and neutralizes any remaining developer. So it stops everything. And the chemical known for that is the acetic acid, also known as the sulfuric acid. So it could have a couple names, but it does the same thing. Okay, so next one, the hardeners. These toughen and shrink gelatin in the emulsion. That's it, plain and simple. And the chemical known for that is the potassium alum, so alum. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. So potassium alum. Next one, preservative again, known as sodium sulfite, and this slows the oxidation. Okay, so it does the same thing as the previous one we talked about for the developer, because now we're talking about the fixer. There's always the first developer, the water, and then the fixer. So preservative slows everything down, known as sodium sulfite. And then last one, same one here, solvent. It mixes all of the chemicals, and the chemical is water. So not a chemical, but it mixes everything together. So those are the processing chemicals. So you probably need to listen to me teach that a couple times because it's not really that exciting and it's all memorizing. So feel free to have a look in your chapter to help you with your note taking on this. I did teach my students processing chemicals a couple months ago, so they have all of these notes. So if you're a student of mine who's watching this, look back through your notes, and you don't actually have to take your own notes because I have it all there for you. But if you're not my student yet, then it is a good idea to take down some notes. So watch the beginning of the video. First, I talked about the developer solutions and chemicals, and then I talked about the fixer ones after that. So something to memorize. It's not something you will probably understand right away, but they do ask these on the board exam, so it is something that you have to know. So I hope this helped you guys. Take some time to study this. Take your time because this isn't easy. But make sure to know your processing chemicals for the exam for dental hygiene students and dental assisting students. And if you guys need anything, please just let me know. I will see you guys in the next one.